Mhm. What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Imperfect Action Show. I'm your guy, Brendan Boyd. You know the vibes, you know what it is. And on the Imperfect Action Show, what do? Right? We share principles, lessons, strategies in business and your life to literally help you get to that next level. And we hope that you take these gems that we share with you and you take imperfect action, implement these gems that we're giving you completely for free so you can get a result, so you can build some momentum, and so you can expedite your personal growth, right? So, on today's episode, I'm going to share some information with you guys along belief systems. And belief systems is something that I was in directly studying this weekend as the focus has been to get people to the conference and pack out the conference. So as I'm studying different strategies and ideas to bring awareness to the conference and fill up the room, I stumbled on some amazing insight around belief systems. So what we're about to do right now is basically get into it. I'm going to send a link out to the community, let them know that we are on and popping as we always do. And I want you guys to be able to share with the community. But you got to be a part of the community to share. You cannot share if you're not a part of the community. So the best way to be a part of the community is by texting action at 213-410-4920. That's 213-410-4920. And then that way you can be a part of the community. You can get all the news and moves with Imperfect Action Show, conference, everything that's going down. You want to be a part of the community. So we are on chatting about belief systems. Okay, cool. Boom. Now that we got that going on, why don't we get to it? So what I'm about to do also is I'm gonna send a quick little message out as well. Um, boom. On live morning show also. So bang. All right, guys. So we're gonna talk about belief systems real quick. And shout out to everyone. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. It's going to be an amazing week. It's going to be a more phenomenal day. So I want everyone to take advantage of the time that they have today with their goals and dreams and to do lists that they have today and really just go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just go crazy. This Monday morning, like really spark the week off. Obviously, if you're on the East Coast, it's almost 1 o'clock. So if you're on the West Coast, now is your time for you to get busy. You know what I'm saying? So here we go, real quick. Then we're about to get into it. Let me see. The title and quote. Okay, all right, guys. Boom. Here we go. So this weekend, as I am basically, I have a 5-hour masterclass I took over the weekend, and the 5-hour masterclass was really based around events, filling up your events, different marketing strategies that you could use, different tactics that you can get involved with, and it was two individuals, right? The first individual was Dan Henry, who is a digital marketing online educator and coach. He actually he's pretty funny guy. He got a podcast too, and he actually makes pretty funny and interesting ads to promote his products and services, right? Also, the other person was Eli Wild, and Eli Wild worked with Tony Robbins for a couple of years on several different campaigns, and these campaigns were really, really effective. And he's grown a lot, I would say, as a very effective speaker, educator, trainer. Just someone that really understands human behavior. And he's helped Tony Robbins a lot, and also Tony Robbins has helped him a lot. Like Eli Wild has a crazy story, but he's definitely someone that I would recommend that you guys look up and tap into. All right. So we were talking about like, well, not we. I was reading about and I was talking amongst myself, but basically, I was talking amongst myself and taking a lot of good notes just around like what motivates people, right? And you would think that it's easy to be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna identify certain goals. People have certain goals, and under these certain goals, there's certain beliefs, and under these certain beliefs, there's the idea that you want to do certain things because people all have goals that they want to achieve, but the differences rely in how serious people are with their goals and what's motivating them to get to the goals. But then also, I would say like not just the mindset, not just the motivation, but like the thoughts, the patterns, the belief systems, which is what we're talking about. The programming, like what are the elements that make up the way somebody thinks that will get them to do the thing that they say that they want to do, not necessarily what you need, what you would like to motivate them to do, but literally do the thing that they say that they want to do. Shout out to Jasmine, Chandra, Kiana. I see you guys. So what is that thing? If you're watching live right now, drop in the chat what a goal is of yours. Drop it in the chat. Drop a goal in the chat for you. So for me, it would be to pack out the conference, right? That's one of my goals right there. Bang, pack out the conference. Right? I'm gonna just drop it right there. And then we're gonna kind of get into this, right? So when it comes to your goals and actually moving forward with your goals, which actually, leads to achieving, right? What you want to achieve. You got to look at it like this. And I'm reading fresh from my notes. These are fresh from my notes. Thoughts and feelings lead to action. So if thoughts and feelings lead to action, what are you thinking about that's going to lead to where you want to go? And are you thinking about a successful action, or are you trapped into thinking about something that's not serving the goal in which that you want to reach, right? So thoughts and how you feel about a thing cause you to do a movement towards that thing. So your thoughts and your feelings about a thing will cause you to lead to action to the thing, right? So you ever think about how you have fleeting motivation or you have fleeting like feelings of highs and lows, right? And I was also listening to this Eric Thomas short earlier today on YouTube, and basically, he was talking about, it all depends on you. Where you are and where you're going all depends on you. It all depends on you. But then he talked about giving himself a 5-minute feel bad or 5-minute trapped into a prisoner of thought that's not serving my goal rule. So whenever you feel a certain way, giving yourself 5 minutes only max for you to dwell, feel sadness, sorrow, have a negative thought, whatever. 5 minutes, and then you can snap out of that, right? So let's get into that, right? Your thoughts and your feelings are your thoughts and feelings about a thing, or your thoughts and feelings in general about a thing, lead to action. And actions come from decisions, which come from deciding, which come from focus. So if my thoughts and my feelings lead to action, I first have to decide, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And that first thought, that decision that I'm having, that decision that I make, right, is what's going to propel my thoughts, which may contribute to a feeling that I have, which then lead to action. So your decision primarily is going to come from a level of focusedness, and this focusedness is going to be compiled by your thoughts and your feelings, which ultimately lead to action. But again, where are these decisions coming from? Well, these decisions come from thoughts, right? And with the thoughts, your thoughts are either in alignment or they're out of alignment with what you want. So let's look at what you guys said in the chat. And shout out to Chandra for contributing, right? Chandra says she wants to increase her email list and traffic, right? Well, first, we identify what is that, right? So she wants to increase the email list. So we identify, okay, what's the number that we want to increase it to? 200, 250, 500, 1,000, right? Identify what that number is. Traffic, we need to get more specific on, okay, what type of traffic, where's traffic coming from? But once we identify that, right, then we have to then go from, okay, now these are what I want. Now, are my thoughts in alignment with me or Chandra wanting to increase her email list? And then my thoughts in or out of alignment with Chandra wanting to increase the traffic. You have to think about that. Then you can break it down. Okay, what do I need to do X, Y, and Z? But before we can even get to the particular actions, we have to first have a secure realization and full understanding as to this is definitely what I want. So we're going to come back for that in a second, right? So this is something that I took notes on also, which I thought was really good. Hold on, let me see if I could find it real quick. It was too good. I can't find it. All right. I'll have to get back to you guys on that. Okay. So your thoughts and your feelings are what helps you create an action. But let's talk about alignment and out of alignment. So before you had the thought about, we'll just use Chandra again. Before she had the thought about growing the email list and then increasing the traffic, where is she or where was she? Where is she currently and where was she? What are the thought patterns around her space? What is aiding some of these thoughts? Did she have any confident beliefs? Were there any limiting beliefs? Right? Because those things shape new decisions. So if you guys have previous environmental influences or out of alignment influences, but you're introducing a new goal or a new direction, it may be difficult for you to achieve something, even if it's small or large, if your current environment or your previous environment isn't in alignment or isn't emotionally in what's the other word looking for? Supportive to where you want to go. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like, and this is really, really hard to do. Some people can do it. Like I find myself being able to do it on some things, and then it's difficult. And this is the difficult part. When you make a decision, sticking to that decision like that. And some of it is hard because you're like, yo, I feel so ingrained in this decision today. But then you get a weak moment later on, and you get a weak moment next week. And then you find yourself back in that same spot, in that same position. And then you have to start over. And then subconsciously, because you have an old feeling that's attached to a different experience, you start to feel bad and beat yourself up, which adds up compiling on top of the current decision that you made. That's really, really not that bad. But because That feeling is attached to something in your past that you haven't been able to really resolve or forgive yourself for. Now you have this on top of this on top of this on top of this, and now you're stagnant. You understand what I'm saying? So it's very difficult for you to be like, okay, boom, cold turkey, bang, this is what I'm doing. But sometimes it's easy because sometimes you could do that with other topics or other subjects or other things in your life. But then sometimes it's more difficult in other areas. That's why for some people they can just quit smoking like bang, and then for some people like it's gonna take them a very long time for them, or then something super drastic has to happen that's gonna like put the switch on. You know what I'm saying? So let's kind of get back to where we are. So the environment has to be conducive to your growth. But before you grow, that same environment has to be conducive to the opportunity for you to have success with the thing that you decided that you want to do. So your feelings are in direct proportion with your decisions, right? And then those thoughts and those feelings, excuse me, they're in direct proportion with your thoughts and your feelings. And those thoughts and those feelings are going to lead to actions which come from your decision. So, okay, I'm going to decide that this is what I want. I'm going to decide that we're going to use Chandra still. I'm going to decide that I'm growing my email list. So now my thoughts around it is like, okay, cool. Every thought I have is going to be congruent with me wanting to do this. Now my feelings around that are what really guide your thoughts, because people are wishy-washy with how they feel. Oh, I may feel like getting up, or I may feel like doing this today, or I don't feel like doing this today, or I do feel like, so you can't fall either one way or the other with your feelings. It just has to be what it is. Like, there's certain things in our lives, and I always use this example, that no matter how we feel, we still do it. For some people, it's making a bed. For some people, it's brushing their teeth, taking a shower, morning coffee. There's certain things in your life that it does not matter at all what you doing or how you feel. You're still gonna do it. You made up in your mind, like you made an agreement, like within yourself that like, yo, it is what it is. Like it is what it is. This is what I'm doing. It don't matter. Happy, sad, upside down, left, right. I'm still doing what I'm doing, and it don't matter. Like, and for some of us, that decision is so ingrained that there's another level to it. And let me see if I have this note. That level is called physical mastery. So when it's a physical mastery, you see how you're like moving your body and there's just certain things you're doing. You're not really thinking about it. Like, it's so physically mastered that it's in you and it's within you. So that's the level in which you need to get to when it comes to doing the things that you want to do. That's not going to be swayed by your feelings. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a place of comfort, but it's also a full place of like within, like you're embodying it. Like one of my clients and leaders, Alcina, she always said like she embodies it, right? So you're really embodying that. So your thoughts and your feelings lead to an action. That action comes from a decision that you make, right? And that decision is you focusing on the thing, so you decide. But your decisions also come from the thoughts, right? So you have a thought, you make a decision. Now you have a feeling about it one way or the other, but emotionally sometimes we can be swayed. So you shouldn't be swayed one way or the other by your emotions, because your emotions are fleeting. And then the thoughts are either in or out of alignment. And if they're out of alignment, you find yourself not doing anything and not doing it consistent enough. But if it's in alignment, then you can find yourself doing it easy and over and over and over. So if you guys have any thoughts about that, drop them in the chat real quick. I know it's kind of flowing. We got a couple minutes left in the show here. Let me see what you guys did put down. Whitney says she decided to wake up early at 6 a.m. to be more productive and got accountability partners to help. Mia, that's a great decision. And I think adding on the accountability partners is definitely something that's going to help you. but you're still gonna have those moments when it's like you're the accountability partner's around, you're in the bed or you're out late, and like you still have to decide, you know, you getting up early is leading to what? And then that what or that goal has to be something that you're like, yo, this is worth it for me. This is worth it for me. And because it's worth it for me, I'm willing to go to bed earlier. I'm willing to have this like, oh, I don't want to get up. And I'm gonna still get up feeling. Like today, I got up at like it was like 3:50, 4 o'clock. And I'm pretty good at this, but there was still this thought in the back of my mind. And it was like, yo, it's cool, bro. Like, yo, just another 30 minutes, bro. But I'm like, nah, for what? For what? Like, we're all gonna have those moments when it comes to certain things in our life, and that voice in the back of our head is gonna be like, yo, chill, wind down. You can another 30, another hour, tomorrow, next week. Don't worry about it. And that's in that moment you have to make that decision. Because now you're having that feeling, and that feeling can sway you. And if you're not strong enough within that time, your subconscious, which is still programmed by the previous version of you, which is not the version of you that you want to become, will control your actions. 100% will control your actions. And you can't allow that to be controlled, because if you allow that to be controlled, you're going to run off the course. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what question popped in. Jasmine said, made a decision to wake up early, woke up at 7:30 today. It's the consistency for me. What feels better and more I do it. Yeah, it feels more consistent the more you do it. 100%. I would 100% like to say to you guys, just start with simple, small decisions, and then hold those decisions virtuously, and then don't let yourself down. Like I saw this like during the math class, right? He was saying that even people that was coming out of like jail or emotionally like detrimental situations, he would have them make smaller commitments and just build on that. So he'd be like, yo, this is a cup. I'm gonna put the cup down. I'm gonna put the cup up. I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna put it up, right? So that's a mini decision. That's a mini commitment. And this mini commitment you're keeping, you're holding to yourself. But the problem is sometimes we get used to letting ourselves down, and those continuous decisions and outcomes of letting ourselves down lead to some detrimental results over the course of 6 months, 12 months, a year. It's literally how people get out of shape and they gain weight, because you're not noticing the impact of every decision you made with every meal, or every decision you make with every single day, or what you're drinking, or whatever the case may be. And then when you look at it over the course of 6 months, 12 months, it's like, yo, it's gotten out of hand, people. It's gotten out of hand. And that's literally what the belief system's all about, right? So let's run through it one more time. If you guys have any questions, any feedback, drop it below in the chat. It's an Imperfect Action Show. I'm your guy, Brendan Boyd. And today we're talking about belief systems. I'm just going to give you a gem that I got literally from doing this masterclass, which basically is over 5 hours of event marketing and strategy to fill up your spaces. And they just stumbled on this. I just stumbled on this amazing little segment about belief systems. So that's what today's conversation is about, right? So we're talking about your thoughts and your feelings are what lead to action. Actions come from decisions, right? Which is what you're focusing on. But decisions come from thoughts. So if you're thinking about a thing or not thinking about a thing, that's gonna determine the action. But the feeling about whether or not you move it or not, that's gonna make a big difference on whether you actually do. And then the thoughts have to be in or out of alignment with what you want, which is gonna keep you honest to actually achieving a goal. Like for me, I want to pack out the space, right? So my thoughts have to be in alignment with what I want, which is going to lead to a decision I'm going to make, which is going to lead to an action I'm going to take. And enough of those actions are going to lead to a result. And that result's going to bring me closer and closer to my ultimate goal, which is what you guys wrote down in the chat, for those that wrote it down in the chat. So that's today's episode on Imperfect Action. Again, we talked about belief systems. If you guys are in the LA area and you want to take advantage of coming to the Imperfect Action Conference, that is next month, August 19th and 20th, and it's gonna be crazy. I got so many speakers that are gonna be giving the gems, and the focal point is entrepreneurship. But on top of entrepreneurship, we got 4 pillars. Those pillars are credit, digital marketing, NFTs, and content. So those are going to be the 4 pillars. There's going to be 4 things that I want people to really, really get from the episode. Graffiti was good, bro. It's been years, man. Hope you're doing good. So I hope if you guys can make it out to LA, that you do make it out to LA. And I'm going to drop the link below so you can grab tickets if you guys want to grab tickets. And I look forward to you tapping in. I'm looking forward to tapping in with you guys again tomorrow on the Imperfect Action Show. And we will have some guests this week. I mean, I feel like I've been going crazy the past couple of episodes, but we'll have some amazing guests. Losha came through last week with the fire, talking about different ways that you could take some information that you currently have, or you could look literally on what the intention for school systems are, and then literally serve them up that intention in a curriculum, in a program, and get to the bag. And they got multi-million dollars worth of budget for these initiatives. All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tapping in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. If you thought this was an impactful episode, share it out. Get it to somebody that can really take advantage of this information. And I really, really appreciate you guys 100%, right? Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Imperfect Action Show. Peace.